Okay, now that you selected your belly, whether you bought it or again, ideally ordered it from a local farm, we want to make the basic dry cure. What's kind of fun about this is you can make a pretty big jar of it. It'll probably only fill up maybe halfway. It'll last you for multiple curing projects. But we'll get into this another time, but it's just 3 ingredients. It's kosher salt, it's sugar or dextrose, which we'll talk about at some point, and then pink curing salt number 2. The part we'll talk about in another video is the nitrite versus nitrates in curing salt and some of the misnomers and myths that are out there. But for the sake of this demonstration, this is going to have a curing salt as a part of it. Okay, so the first thing I do is I'm going to measure 56 grams of pink curing salt. Okay, this is just off the internet. This is stuff I've been using. Sometimes it's called Prague powder curing salt number 2. There's a number 1 out there, and that's usually used for salamis and other fermented sausages. Okay, so 56 grams. Got my scale, and I like, I never used to be this guy, but I like weighing now. It makes a big difference, I think, in the accuracy because there's different volumes in salt. There's different volumes across actually all kinds of things based on granules and all kinds of other things. So anyway, I found this to be the most accurate and consistent. Okay, 56.
Nice.
Okay, we'll add that to our big bowl that I didn't get out yet. We'll add that too.
I talked too.
Yeah.
Get the paper towel.
Are you videoing?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just caught it.
that's all right. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 56 grams of the curing salt. Okay, 225 grams of sugar. This is just that organic sugar that you can get at Costco. I assume your local Costco has it as well. 225 grams. I'm looking for my recipe there. You can use dextrose, which again we'll talk about in a different video. I like dextrose. It seems to, I don't know if the right word is cling, but for lack of a better word, cling to the meat just a little bit better. But this is what I have, so this is what we're going to use, and it works just fine. This salt's going to be just curing anyway, so all of this is going to be just fine. Okay, boom, sugar. Okay, now I need 450 grams of salt. So I get salt, kosher Pacific Blue salt. We're fortunate to have a big salt manufacturer, really not a manufacturer, but an importer in our area. So I'm able to get the big bags for a pretty good cost. Again, Pacific Blue kosher salt. I think the kosher salt's really important. We'll talk about this in another video. But the difference in volume of kosher salt, Morton's is really common. That's what I've been using for years. Versus Diamond Crystal, also another popular brand, versus this one. All the more reason to weigh the salt instead of doing it by volume because the granules and the volume is going to be slightly different. Okay, 455 grams of kosher salt. Okay, and now we're done. I just mix it by hand. Make sure it's really well incorporated. And that is your basic dry cure. This will be used for many, many pork bellies going forward. I think you'll be really happy, especially when you're doing the salt box method, which you can see in our last video when we talked about lardo. We are going to do it again for this video.